All right, guys, welcome back. So we are going to discuss about roll-up summary fields. Okay, let's go ahead and dive into our hands-on org and pop this up. Playful Wolf, our hands-on org. I'm gonna go back here to our trail and here. So we're on the hands-on org and I want to create a junction object before we discuss about a roll-up summary. Why would I create a junction object for this example? Let me bring up my notes there. So I want an opportunity. In our case, an opportunity is the swimming lesson. Okay? An opportunity is the swimming lesson. So I want a swimming lesson or an opportunity to be able to be linked to multiple accounts. So I want the same opportunity to be linked to the parent record, which is the parent of the student, and then to the swimming pool account, also to the swimming instructor account. So why would I want to do that? For this particular example, I want to do that so I can answer these questions. So as a swimming facility manager or the swimming pool manager, I want to be able to have answer to this question. So I can go to Salesforce. I know what is the earliest lesson for tomorrow. Is it 6 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning? I would know who would walk into the swimming pool and start their lesson. I would also know the latest lesson for tomorrow, like 10 p.m. at night, or maybe 11 p.m. at night, I don't know. However, the scheduling works, okay? And as the swimming pool manager, I can also know how many students will be coming to my swimming pool tomorrow for their lessons. So this is from the swimming facility manager point of view. You got that? So next, as a swimming instructor, I would like to know the same thing. These three is the same thing, right? The earliest lesson I have to teach tomorrow. Like how early do I have to wake up from sleep and start preparing myself to teach my first student? The latest lesson I have to teach tomorrow. Like when would I go home tomorrow at night? When is my latest lesson? How many students do I have to teach tomorrow? So I can prepare. I can also know, for example, how many hours I have been booked this month. So I can know how much money will I make this month. And total hours booked next month. So I can know how much money will I be making next month. So to be able to answer these questions, we have to create a junction object for the opportunity to be able to be linked to multiple accounts. So one opportunity linked to many accounts. Okay, let's go ahead and do just that. Back to our Salesforce. Now, we are going to create what is called a junction object. So I'm going to go to my gear icon here and then go to setup. And as usual, where do we go? Object manager when we want to create a new object. Okay, so I'm going to create a new object here. Custom object. We are going to name it, let's name it opportunity relations. Okay, or relation on here, and then on the plural label, opportunity relations. Okay, let's do that. And I'm just gonna leave everything as it is. Data type, let's name it auto number. And I'm going to name it OR, opportunity relations, like that. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. So it's going to be OR 0001, 0002, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like that. Okay. And we don't need this. I'm going to have it deployed. We're not going to search. I'm just going to save this. Okay. Right. So the object is created. It's called opportunity relation. Now we are going to fields and relationships. I am going to create a master detail relationship to the account object. All right. And next. And let's name it account. The description, I'm just going to leave everything blank as it is for this example. I'm going to hit next. I'm going to hit next. I'm going to hit next. I'm going to just save it and new. Another one, the same thing, master detail relationship, but now it's going to the opportunity object here. And then we're going to hit next. Same thing, opportunity. We are going to hit next. We are going to hit next. We are going to hit next. Let's name it opportunity relations, which is fine. And we are going to save it. Okay. So we just created the junction object called opportunity relation, right? All right, so now let's create some records. So we have created the junction object called opportunity relation, which allow us to link an opportunity to multiple accounts. Back here, so we can link one opportunity to the parent of the student, the swimming pool facility, and the swimming instructor. So remember, this is not required to create a roll-up summary field. This is not required at all. This is just for showing you on how we can answer these questions and give you a better, more exposure on how to create roll-up summary. So, but to create roll-up summary field itself, you don't have to do a junction object and things like this. This is only because we want to link an opportunity to more than one account. All right. Okay, so back to our Salesforce Trailhead. Now let's go to our contact. All right. So I'm going to go to contacts here. Back to our contact list. I'm going to change this to student only. So just showing the students. So now we want to book a swimming lesson for Susan Johnson here. All right. I click on there and a lesson is under the opportunity object. All right. So I'm going to create a new lesson for Susan Johnson. So Susan's parent is Cornelia Johnson, called in. She wants to book a swimming lesson for Susan for Swim Kids 8, for example. The call is today and it's closed 1. The lesson starts on December 9 until December 13. Okay, for 1 week. The lesson starts at, for example, let's do 3 p.m. in the afternoon until 3:30 p.m. in the afternoon. The Swim Kids level is Swim Kids 8. And the swimming pool, let's just type pool, will be on Coaldale Swimming Pool. Coaldale Swimming Pool. Okay, so now the instructor is going to be here, Aaron Davis. This is the swimming instructor, and we are going to save this. So the opportunity was created, which is a swimming lesson record. And if I click on the actual opportunity record here, we can see the details on the details tab. All the details we just entered, right? And you can also see the opportunity relations. There are two. The swimming pool is called Coaldale Swimming Pool. The instructor is Aaron Davis. So that is working as expected. But a side note, to create this is created through a process. It's not automatically creating these junction records. Let me show you. This is outside of the scope of the RollUp summary trail, but I just want to show you real quick how that happens. If I go back to a setup, pop up a new window, and I search for process builder. I created a process builder here. I'm just going to show you real quick. I'm going to click over here. So an opportunity object is created. Then we want to link it. Link to what? Link to both records, to the swimming pool and to the swimming instructor. Okay. So these are created in the background through a process builder. I just want to show you. I'm not going to explain it to you because this is not what we are discussing right now. We are discussing about RollUp summary. Okay, so this is how that's created. I'm going to close this. As you can see here, we have this opportunity relations created. So what is this for? To create RollUp summaries. Okay, so now let's create another booking for another student. The same swimming pool, Coaldale and Aaron Davis as the instructor. So we can roll it up and you can see what we are talking about here, all right? So now I'm going to go back to my students, which is a contact. Are you still following me? I hope you are still following me. Don't get confused. If you are a bit confused, please rewind rewind the video and rewatch it a bit more. Okay, now we are going to the students list view again. I want to book, for example, James Bloodshoe here. So this is the student. On the opportunity, I'm going to make another lesson. So he is going to swim kids 3, for example. Okay, so this is today. This stage is closed 1. The lesson date starts at December. Same thing, December 9 to December 15 or 13. But the start time is earlier in the morning probably. Let's start 8 a.m. until 8:30 a.m. Okay. Now, swim kids level is swim kids 3. All right. So the count or the swimming pool, I want to choose the same one so we can roll it up. So you can see what a roll up means. The instructor is Aaron Davis as well. So Aaron is going to teach 2 students so far, and both is the same swimming pool there. Okay. Coaldale swimming pool. So we're going to save that. All right. Now we have that saved, and next is we are going to create a roll-up. Okay, roll-up summary. Let's do for the swimming facility first. Okay, and then we're going to go the swimming instructor, so we can check the total hours booked as well for here. So first things first, we are going to create roll-ups. 3 roll-ups for the swimming facility. All right. Okay, actually, after reviewing the example, I decided to change what we are going to roll up, so to make this example simpler and not too complicated. So I changed for the swimming facility. We want to know the earliest upcoming lesson, just the date, not the time but the date, and the latest upcoming lesson, and the total upcoming students, how many students will be coming in the future. And same thing for the swimming instructor, the tree is the same, but then we are going to add total upcoming hours, book, how many hours, and then therefore the instructor will know total upcoming income, how much money he or she will be making. And then we are going to change the page layout, and that's it. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, let me bring this to my other monitor here, and I have created a process to actually link this all. But we are not going to discuss about process, all right? But I'm going to show you a process that I did to actually add the records to the junction object we were talking about. I have modified the actual process. I'm going to show you. If I go to my process builder here, we are going to talk about process later on. I'm not sure if it's in the admin trail or the developer trail, but we are going to process builder, and I'm going to modify this a bit because I was just testing it. So I want to modify this process. To change, I have to clone this first and then save as a version of the current process. And I want to change this only when the record is created because I was testing that before. So what happens is, if I go here, when an opportunity is created, the value of those opportunities are being copied to the junction object. This is the junction object opportunity relation. So the value from the opportunity is just being copied to the same field on the junction object. Why? So that we can roll up the values from the junction object. That is the reason behind it. So link to swimming instruct. This is the swimming pool. As you can see, this is the swimming instructor. The same thing happened. I am just copying the value from the opportunity into the opportunity relation record when it's creating it. Create a record. All right. So let me show you how this whole thing works. So if I just close this process builder right now, and if I go back to contacts here, and I'm going to change my list view to students, and let's book another student a swimming lesson. Michael Wagner. Let's book Michael a swimming lesson. He's just going to start swimming. So Catherine, Michael's mom, called and want to book Michael a swimming lesson. So we are going to the related actually. So the lesson is under opportunity object. So we are going to create a new record on the opportunity, and swim kids 1. The close date is today. The mom just called today. It's 1 because the mom paid with a credit card over the phone. The start lesson will be next week, December 2. And the end will be next week on Friday for a week and 30 minutes each. Starting time probably after school 4 p.m. and at 4:30 p.m. just 30 minutes, and the level is level 1. And I want to choose the same swimming pool so we can roll up and see how the whole thing works. The same instructor as well. So out of the box, when you create an opportunity in Salesforce, it is only linking to the account, right? The opportunity is linked to this account. But we want to link the same opportunity to the swimming pool account and the swimming instructor account. So that's what the process is doing. By default, out of the box, it will automatically link to the parent because we are linking it to the parent. But as we choose the swimming pool and the instructor, I want to link the same opportunity to the swimming pool and instructor as well. And this is what's going to happen. So if I save this, so it's creating a new opportunity, right? The lesson, Swim Kids 1. But if I go to Swim Kids 1 here, you can see that the mom is linked, but now you have opportunity relations, which is the junction object. And you got the swimming pool, and you got the instructor. So if I go to Aaron here, right? Now I can see Aaron have 3 opportunity relations here, right? This, and this. So we can roll up the opportunity relations to Aaron's account so that Aaron can see. We have to clean this up. This is not related as well. That's what I was talking about, cleaning the page layout. So we will clean this up as well. And we want to put information for Aaron. So how many students he is going to teach on here, and then how many hours was he booked, and then how many dollar amount he will be getting. Okay, so before we put that, let's create the roll-up summary. So to do that, where do we go? We go to the gear icon here, and we go to setup. And here we go to the object we want to roll up to. So we are rolling up to the account object, right? From the opportunity relation to the account object. So let me bring over my text editor again here. So first we want to create earliest upcoming lesson. So earliest upcoming lesson, the date of it, and then the latest upcoming lesson, and the total upcoming students. Okay, let's do that. I'm gonna switch back here. So fields and relationships, we are going to make a new one. So the field type would be roll-up summary. Roll-up summary. Next, I'm gonna paste that. Earliest upcoming lesson. So we are going to summarize the opportunity relations, okay? We are going to do minimum. Minimum is the least, right? The least. So we are going to choose the lesson start date, the least, okay? All right, so let's just make this simple. So I'm just going to use today's date here. All right, and make it simple. So an opportunity relations object, the rollup is minimum, the least of the start date, okay, of the start date, and then the start date has to be greater than today's date. So just to make it simple, I'm gonna hit next. It's expecting this date format. Clean that up a bit. Next. And I'm going to make it all visible. Next. Make it all available. And then new. So the next one is the latest upcoming lesson. All right. Let's go back here. Same thing, roll up summary. the latest upcoming lesson. So the latest, now same thing, opportunity relations, the junction object. I'm going to choose max, right? The max of lesson start date. No, the max of lesson end date. The end date, not the start date, right? This the end date. Yep, the max of the lesson end date. So only records showing lesson end date is greater than, same thing, today. It's 2019, 11/29. All right. So that's the latest upcoming lessons. So now I'm going to copy this for the total upcoming students. And I'm going to go back to my Trailhead playground and hit next. And make it all visible and next. And save and new. Same thing, another rollup summary. Keep in mind that you can only have so much rollup summary in an object. So you can Google it up, the limits on how many rollup summaries you can have. And then I'm gonna total upcoming students here. So we're just gonna count the students, right? So the students that are going to be coming or to be having the lesson, we are going to count, okay? Count only records meeting certain criteria, which is the lesson start date, right? The lesson start date greater than today. Whoops, 2019. Okay, so this is the and save. This is the total upcoming students. So we've done these three as well for the instructor. So now we are going to do the fourth one, total upcoming hours booked. Okay, total upcoming hours booked, but this is only for the instructor layout that we are going to change. Okay, so go back here, a new field again, same thing, formula. It's a number though, so I'm gonna choose total upcoming hours booked, or not, what did I choose? Not formula. It's a roll-up summary. Okay, a roll-up summary, total upcoming hours booked, and then we are going to opportunity relations, and we are going to sum the total hours. Okay, and only records meeting the certain criteria, which is lesson start date is greater than today, 2019. Okay, next. I'm going to make this all visible. So the last roll-up summary, save and new, we are going to make is the total upcoming income for the what? Instructor, right? For the instructor. So another roll-up summary here. Next, upcoming income. So we are going to opportunity relations and sum as well. What are we adding up? The lesson cost. Okay, we are adding it up, and same thing, only the ones that hasn't been done yet. Okay, lesson start date greater than 2019, 11/29. So we are going to hit next and make it all visible. Next and save. So now we have 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 roll up summary, right? So if I go to here, and I'm gonna go back to Aaron Davis here. So this is Aaron, and this is his account, and he's seeing all this junk here. We don't need this, right? So we want to see just Aaron's contact and his upcoming lessons. So let's go ahead and change the page layout for Aaron. All right, a page layout for Aaron would be on the account object. So if I go back here, we are already on the object manager. We are already on the account object. So we are going to page layout, and we're going to make a new one, new page layout. So it's a swimming instructor. Okay. And I'm going to save the page layout, and we can start adding field. All right. The name we have Aaron, the instructor. The parent account, we don't need the parent account, but we can't delete it. I'm going to add the record type, so we know Aaron is a swimming instructor on the very top there. So it's a swimming instructor, it's Aaron Davis, and then we are going to add a new section. We've learned all of this on the admin beginner, right? So I'm going to drag a section here and name it upcoming. Okay, it's gonna be 2-column, fine. All right, so we're gonna bring some roll-up summary. Okay, so what do we have? Earliest lesson tomorrow. No, earliest upcoming lesson. This is the one we have, we want, and then latest upcoming lesson, right? And then of course the total upcoming students that he has to teach, right? And then he has total upcoming hours book, and then he has the total upcoming money, his income. Put it on the right side here. So his eyeball is pretty much is going to be towards here. How much money do we have? How much money am I going to make? Because he's going to teach how many students, right? So we are going to save this page layout for the swimming instructor, but that's not going to do it. We have to assign the page layout to the swimming instructor record. So I'm going to edit assignment here, and I'm going to change for the record type swimming instructor is going to use this particular one. So the swimming instructor account record type is going to use the swimming instructor, right? So I'm going to save that. Okay, so we just assigned the swimming instructor account record type to use the swimming instructor page layout. So let's see what happens here. If I go back to Aaron Davis, and this whole page is going to change on the details tab, and it will show the simple layout we just make. So I'm just going to refresh this now for Aaron Davis. If I go back to details, there we have. So he is a swimming instructor. His name is Aaron Davis. So his upcoming lesson, the earliest is December the 2nd. The latest is December the 13th. He has 3 upcoming students. This is the total number of students. Total upcoming hours book is 7.5 hours. He's going to make $225. So that's pretty informative, right? Pretty helpful for Aaron. So for example, Aaron walks in or wakes up in the morning and he checks his phone, and he's going to see this information on his phone. So if somebody just called in and booked another lesson, this is going to change. You want to see? So this is Aaron Davis. So let's go on contact here, and then I'm going to, let's go back here. Let's go back so we can stay with Aaron. And I'm going to right click here, open on a new tab. We're going to book Aaron another, I'm going to change this to students, another lesson. Somebody else just called, Phyllis just called, and wants to book Aaron for Swim Kids 10. She is going to graduate and become a lifeguard. Okay, call is today. Now, for example, close one. The lesson start date is, she wants it to be early, like for 2 weeks, for example. I'm just going to show you and give you this example, okay? 30, and the lesson end date is about to be maybe 2 weeks to the 14th. And the start time is going to be at night because she has school and busy, and 7 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Swim Kids level is 10, right? So remember, this starts at November 11, right? November the 30th, ends at December the 14th, right? And I'm going to choose Coaldale and Aaron as well. So I save this, right? So it's creating the opportunity. But now Aaron, when he wakes up, his upcoming lesson will be November the 30th. This is December the 14th, and he would have 4 students, and his hours booked and the money will be more. So let's refresh this page. And if I go back to the details, there you have it. So Aaron's earliest upcoming lesson is the 30th of November, 14th of December is the latest. And the upcoming student is 4 students. The book hours is 15 hours he was booked, and he's going to make $450 because he just add 1 more student which book a long time, okay? So this is the swimming instructor point of view. The same thing would happen with the swimming pool. So right now, if I go to here, for example, and I go to the actual lesson, and I click on Coaldale swimming pool and see the details here, still you see all this stuff, right? Let's clean this up as well. So I'm going to go back to my account and page layout, but now we're going to copy this, right? So I'm going to go new page layout, but the master is the swimming instructor. All right, and then we're gonna make it swimming pool. So we have all this stuff already, but the pool will not have an income, right? So the pool is not making money. The instructor is the one who is making money. So the book, this is not relevant. This is just relevant for the teacher. Why it's relevant, but we don't need it. Let's just take it out. So we just want these 3, and I'm going to save it. And then we are going to assign it. Remember to always assign it after you create it with everything. You create a field, you put it somewhere. Otherwise, it's not being used, right? So we have swimming pool here. So I'm going to edit the assignment. This swimming pool, I'm going to select everybody's swimming pool layout and change it to the swimming pool. Okay, and save it. Now we have it. Now if I go back, let me just close this one, and if I refresh Coaldale swimming pool and we go to the details, see It takes a few seconds. Remember when you're doing it on your own Trailhead or your own org and you modify things, how come it's not showing up? Because it does takes a few seconds or a minute sometime. Let me refresh this again. There we have it. So the swimming pool record is swimming pool, is a Coaldale swimming pool. And we should put the contact of the manager as well here. We can. And then the upcoming, or it's on the related lesson, 30th, and then 14th, the same thing. Upcoming student is 4. That's okay. So that's how you create roll-up summaries. It's pretty helpful, right? It's pretty cool actually. You can add things up, count things up, count the minimum, the maximum, and it's very helpful. So we've discussed all this right now, right? We've discussed all this. We've defined the roll-up summary with our own example, and it's all working as expected. We even did a more complex example because we are actually using Junction Object, not straight up roll-up. It's pretty awesome. So we have a hands-on challenge. Let's do this together. Create a roll-up summary field that determines the potential value of the opportunities associated with an account. So add a custom field. It's called potential value. So the roll-up summary should calculate the total expected revenue of all the opportunities related to the account. So potential expected revenue. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to copy this potential value, and we are going to add that to the account object. So where do we go? Gear icon, setup. We go to the account object over here, account, and then we're gonna fields and relationships, just like we did with the other roll-ups we just did, is another roll-up summary. But now, potential value, but now we are rolling up opportunity, not opportunity relations. This is our junction object, right? This is the out-of-the-box Salesforce object. So we are going to sum. Let's see what they want. Calculate the total expected revenue of all opportunities. Okay, that should be easy. Total expected revenue, sum of expected revenue. All records, no exception. So next, visible, next, and save. And that's pretty much it. Well, you see what I mean? If you just go on the trail and read this through and do this, you don't learn so much, right? You just did this challenge, but what? That doesn't give you a whole lot of ideas of what you can actually do with roll-ups. Well, you have these other examples, but by doing the Swimming Kids program example, it will give you a whole lot more ideas on how roll-up actually works. So with that, let's check the challenge. Hopefully, it's already picking up our changes there, because sometimes you did the challenge and you check it, it says wrong, but actually it doesn't pick up yet. It's not refreshed yet on the Trailhead playground. So now I'm going to check the challenge. Whoops. There was an issue processing your verification. See, that's weird stuff happen. But now when I actually check it again and or refresh it, it's going to say I'm already finished. Whoa, I was logged out. Boom, finally. Wow, it's been a long ride. So I'll see you on the next trail.